Welcome to YQA, Your Questions Answered. My name is Melanie Usabi, and every week we come to you with the most pressing questions that we receive in regards to your work, your career, your business, and your life. Now, this one is a bit of a weird topic, and it's in honor of this wintry season that we are experiencing, especially in the Northern Hemisphere. Let's keep it real. Typically, what happens in the month of January is that everyone is skint. Now, what does that word mean? I only learned it recently because obviously I've just moved here from Canada. But in the UK, what that means is that no one has any money after Christmas. So we've spent all of our money on gifts, on get-togethers, on clothes, celebrating the holiday season, celebrating being with our friends and our family. And typically what happens in January is that we don't have any extra money to spend. What happens here, particularly if you're paid in the month on a monthly basis, is that you get paid before Christmas so that you can spend the money during Christmas, and then after Christmas and after New Year, you're pretty much rolling it out until, the last Friday of January, and you're eating beans and toast and ramen noodles, and you don't have anything to give. So I want to set a challenge for you. In these moments where you don't have no money, so you're probably staying at home in the cold darkness and, you haven't paid your electricity bill. In these moments where you have a little bit more time on your hands, what I want you to do is go back and calculate how much you've spent on kind of your Christmas and holiday festivities. Whether that be 100, whether that be 1,000, whether that be for a dress, whether that be for gifts, whether that be for meals out and Christmas parties. Just look back in December and look back in November and see if, what you've done in regards to the spend, and any spends that can be allocated towards Christmas, towards celebrations. I want you to put it in one big pot, add it up, and see what you spent. Now let's pretend, for calculation's sake, that is £1,000, right? So you realize that you spent £1,000 or $1,000 on celebrating Christmas and the holidays with your family and friends. What I'd like you to do is take that amount and divide it into 10. So if it's £1,000, that means we're looking at £100. And I want you, instead of Christmas hitting you in the face next year, I want you to actually save in advance for your Christmas spend. So that means 100. And if you guys notice, Rufus is going slightly mad next to me, so just ignore that sound. That means if you spend £1,000 on all of your Christmas festivities, I want you to save £100 every month for the next 10 months, so that by the time Christmas comes around, you have it saved in advance. This is what we're talking about when we talk about expectation management. If every year you're spending £1,000, then quite frankly, get used to it and prepare for it. Don't let it hit you in the bum. Rufus. So don't let it hit you in the backside next year. And then I don't want you to be eating soup, ramen, toast. That's not the way we're going to be doing it next year. Next year, we're going to be prepared. And next year, we're going to be saving in advance what we know we're going to be spending in Christmas. Now, let's keep it real. This is not a philosophy that just applies to Christmas. It applies to holidays. It applies to your savings. Saving and setting aside things for the goals that you have, for the things that you know are coming, that's just kind of good practice. And eventually, hopefully, you'll be making enough money that you'll be having enough money set aside where you feel a lot more comfortable with, something with big goals that you have, or with big seasons that you have where you're going to be spending an extra little bit. So what do? Set aside that savings account. Figure out how much you spent this last holiday, divide that whole amount by 10, and at the end of February, I want you to start setting aside money for next year. We can talk about, in Money Moves, we talk about some of the other strategies that we use in regards to growing our wealth and growing our money. But this one, in honor of the Christmas season, in honor of, no one being able to go out because they have no money, I thought that I would share this with you because this is the kind of challenge that we have in the group, and I know that it can help you. For more of this, then please do subscribe in the button below. And actually, let me know, are there other ways that you have done this before? Have you saved in advance for holidays? Have you saved it in advance for gifts? Have you saved in advance for a big purchase? How do you do that? Let us know. And I will see you on the other side. See you soon.